Thank you for your time. Where are you from?
I'm from Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Yes.
Okay. Sofia?
No, small town.
Small town.
Yes, near the border with Romania.
I see. Are you visiting Japan or living in Japan?
Yes, I'm visiting. This is actually my third day here.
Third day.
Yes.
And it's first time to come to Japan.
Yes, it's first time.
Okay. So, firstly, what made you to come to Japan?
My partner lives here and works here, so I'm visiting him.
Okay. So your partner is Japanese?
No, he's Ukrainian.
Ukrainian.
Yes.
Living in Japan.
Yes.
Okay. So apart from that reason, was there something like, were you interested in Japan or something like that?
Well, I would say like culturally I am. It's very different from what I'm used to from Europe in general. But I am not like obsessed with like I know people who are big fans and I'm more like, yes, it's interesting, but I don't know much about it.
Okay. So from your knowledge about Japan, what did you expect about Japan? What did you imagine about Japan?
Well, more or less what I see, to be honest. I imagine there would be a lot of anime, of course, a lot of people with very interesting street style, which I am seeing, and I really much like it.
So you mentioned a little bit of impressions of Japan after coming to Japan, but I want to ask more. What was your impression of Japan after actually coming to Japan?
First of all, that most people don't speak English. That was very uncomfortable for me because I thought there would be maybe more at least signs that are in English, and also that I like it. It's cool. It's better than I expected in a way. Like it's not like I expected something bad. I just wasn't sure that I would like it. You know, I thought might be too much, maybe too much people, too much hustle. But it's actually very quiet and calm at most places, and I was surprised.
Okay. So you imagine that in Tokyo there are too many people, very crowded.
Well, there are at some places, like here, for example. Well, not right here, but in the big streets close by. It's yes, I passed there.
Okay. You mentioned that impression and something you didn't expect about Japan, but was there something surprising thing in Japan?
Surprising? I don't know. I still haven't went around too much, so I'm still experiencing. I'm checking things out. To be honest, I was too scared to go out by myself the first few days because I'm like, it just everything works so different, you know. When I go to cafes, it's so different than Europe. Like you choose your order through tablets and stuff, and I'm so not used to this. And it's like, what if I mess up something and then I cannot explain in Japanese anything? So it's a bit awkward.
Was there something more you were not used to in Japan?
Maybe that people are so polite. They're so nice. They're very friendly, and also there are some specific manners, like, you know, the bowing and probably other things that I haven't seen. And it's also like, I'm not sure how should I act in that case. Like, I want to be nice, but I also don't know a lot of those like habits. I'm not acknowledging them, and I'm not sure if I probably see like a very, very rude person to them. They probably think I'm stupid foreigner in ways.
You are concerned if you are correctly reacting to their behavior.
Yes, I want to be polite. I want to also engage with people, but I'm not sure how. So I'm like just nodding and smiling, hoping that it's okay.
It is kind of cultural difference, right? Like in terms of politeness. So other than that, was there some culture shock or cultural difference you found in Japan?
It is very clean, and also there are people cleaning up. But what I noticed is that there is no trash bins. I'm so confused about this. Like, if there is, I cannot find them on the streets. And I'm also so surprised that it's not dirty, you know, that people are not littering around, and it's interesting.
So we have been talking about cultural difference today. So I want to ask about your culture too. So what it's like in Bulgaria?
Well, compared to Japan, it's a lot more louder, noisier. Yes, especially in subway. Here I see there's a lot of signs like don't talk on the phone in subway, try to be respectful, be quiet. Oh, there's no such thing in Bulgaria. There's a lot more chaotic, even though here's more people. But people were more like, you know, polite here. Wow, in Bulgaria, it's like all types of people. Like, it just culturally we are more expressive, like, of our emotions. We are louder when we speak. and also the customer service is not so nice. Like sometimes people don't contain their emotions in such a way, so they express them to their customers, even though customers don't want to see them, especially when people are angry, you can feel it.
So even some like workers say something to customers, express their feeling to them.
No, they act coldly, they are not smiling, they are grumpy, and you can see that, yes.
Speaking of cultural difference, what do you think the stereotype people tend to have about your country, which is actually not true? Some cliche?
Yes, well, they say when we make the sign for yes and no, they are revolted. So if we do that, it means yes, and if we do that, it means no. That is not true.
It's not true?
It's not true. Everyone tells me that, and I'm always so confused. Like, if someone did that to me, I would also be confused. Like,
So lastly, we talked about your country a lot today. So I want to ask about this. If we visit your country, Bulgaria, what do you recommend us to experience about food or some specific places and so on?
Yes, I would say you definitely must go to the countryside to see the nature, because I would say that's the best part of it. Like maybe the Riva lakes or the seaside. That one is good, but don't go to Sunny Beach. Don't go to Sunny Beach.
Why?
Because it's a tourist trap and it's not worth it, and it just gives very bad impression of the country. I would say it's more like, if you want to go get drunk and maybe have a hookup or something, then you go there. But otherwise, I would say go to the bigger cities near the seaside. They are very beautiful.
Okay. So in the Sunny Beach, it's just crazy.
Yes, it's not worth it. And also, it's very overpriced, so they will scam you.
It was very nice to talk with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well.
Thank you for your time. Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Are you visiting Japan or are you living here?
I'm visiting.
So is it first time to come to Japan?
Yes, first time.
Today, I'm asking about cultural differences, and you are from Mexico, and you mentioned before the interview that you sometimes spend time in the US too. So like coming to Japan and compared to like those culture, what kind of cultural difference did you get here?
Here people are really friendly compared to the US. In the US, it depends on which state you're in. So here, everyone that I've met is very friendly, similar to Mexicans, because Mexicans are friendly too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think that Japanese and Mexican are friendly,
Yeah.
and in the US, depending on places,
Yes.
where do you think people are friendly and where not?
So people in California are friendly. Around like the San Diego area, that's where people are friendly. And then if you go like a little bit more north in the United States, that's where I find that they're less friendly.
Okay.
But it depends. It really depends. Some places in Texas are not so friendly either in comparison to like California. But yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned that like Japanese people are friendly. Did you have some like stories you felt that way here?
So I don't speak Japanese. So they don't shut me down for not speaking the language. So I've been helped by everyone, like if I'm asking for directions or just trying to order food, people are very accommodating.
Other than people, in terms of what did you get, like culture difference, or did you get some culture shock here?
Everything's so organized compared to Mexico and compared to the US. Everything here is so organized, like it's packed. Everywhere is packed and there's a lot of crowds, but it's still like very organized and people know where they're going and they're like very respectful. They keep to themselves. And I feel like in the US, we like don't care a lot about the other people, like if we invade their space, versus here everyone's very respectful of other people's spaces.
What about in Mexico?
In Mexico too, people don't really care about other people's spaces, and we're like we're very loving, so we're like in each other's spaces a lot, like hugging, or like we don't care, we go and say hi, we like go and touch people to ask them for things, versus here people are a lot less like touchy of others.
Okay. So Mexican people don't have like a lot of like personal distance between
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Like even with strangers, or it's only about friends or family?
Even with strangers sometimes. It depends on the person, but even with strangers we're very like friendly. Yeah.
Okay. I actually imagine Mexican people that way. So this is what like people probably like, expect those people to be, you know? So are there some stereotype or like cliche about Mexican people or Mexico, which is actually not true?
The fact that we're always wearing like a sombrero. Like the sombreros, you know? The hats that they like picture us with wearing like for like Halloween costumes or whatever. Like we like people wear hats, but it's only if you're like in the ranch, like in the country.
Okay.
On the cities we don't wear like hats.
Okay. What about the stereotype of drinking tequila all the time?
Not all the time, but yeah, we like to drink tequila.
So kind of true.
Yeah, that one is true. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the drinking is true. The being loud is true. Like Mexicans are very loud, very like friendly.
So
Yeah.
very energetic.
Yeah, energetic.
Yeah. So similar question, but coming to Japan, did you find something you didn't expect about Japan? You were a little bit surprised. Wow, I didn't expect that.
The food probably like you guys eat all different types of meat, like guts and like intestine, and we saw something about like the throat, something related to the throat. That wasn't expected.
So there were more food than you expected.
Yeah, different
from-
type of food that
Okay.
what I'm used to.
Okay. Overall, did you like Japanese food?
Yeah, I do like Japanese food. I love ramen.
So ramen became your favorite food here?
Yeah, I had already like tried it in Mexico and the US, but yeah, I like ramen a lot. And there's some chocolate candy at the 7-Eleven stores. Yeah, I really like that snack. I think I'm gonna have to like pack a suitcase full of those.
Do you remember the name?
I don't. It's like a little star shaped thing that has chocolate. It's corn with chocolate.
Chocobi.
I don't know the name,
Okay.
but that's my favorite snack.
Okay. So lastly, we talked about your country and Japan, but lastly, I want to ask it more about your country. And if we visit your country, Mexico, what kind of places, what food and so on do you want to recommend us?
All Mexican food is good, but if I have to pick, I would do chilaquiles.
Chilaquiles.
Yes, chilaquiles. That's a breakfast plate, and it's really, really good. It's like tortilla chips with salsa. They have different types of salsa, and then it has like cheese, sour cream. You can have eggs on the side and meat on top or chicken. So for breakfast, that would be it. And then my other favorite is pozole. That's like a soup. It has pork and corn, and it's like a red or green type of saucy thing.
That sounds very yummy. Okay. So it was very nice to talk with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。いかがだったでしょうか？動画のご感想やテーマのご要望などコメント欄で教えていただけますと幸いです。たくさんのコメントお待ちしております。チャンネル登録の際は通知ボタンもお忘れなく。